Good evening, listeners. Today we are seated with Mr. Dharmendra Prakash IFS, Principal Chief Conservator of Forest and Head of Forest Force. We will be covering a number of important points, basically on environment, forest and climate change, and particularly with regards to the Nagaland Forest Management Project, which is being implemented by the Department of Environment, Forest and Climate Change in Nagaland. We are very happy to have you, sir. Thank you for your time, and we look forward to a very insightful discussion today.
Thank you, Mary. It is my pleasure that you have decided to cover the issue, which is quite pertinent in today's time.
To start off with, sir, kindly highlight to us about the NFMP, Nagaland Forest Management Project.
Yeah, Nagaland Forest Management Project is basically externally aided project being supported by Japan International Cooperation Agency. Way back 2013-14, there has been interaction between the government of Nagaland and government of Japan that there should be one externally aided project in the state of Nagaland. So there had been a lot of field studies, and finally in the month of January 2017, the agreement was signed. And this project came into existence with effect from 1st April 2017. This is a one-decade program. The main focus of this project is, forest conservation through rehabilitation of the jhum, the conservation of the community areas where the people have already taken up their initiatives, livelihood improvement and community development, and in the last is the institutional strengthening, because of late we felt that our infrastructure at the ground level is not so up to the mark. Not only that, the skill which is required for the people to handle livelihood generation, or the skill which is required for the protection and conservation of the forest, this needs to be upskilled. So under institutional strengthening, we had been doing this thing.
And what were the main reasons behind initiating the project in the first place?
Yes, that is a very right question. The main reason for moving for this Nagaland Forest Management Project has been that over a period of time, this is an observation of the government and the department also, that the jhum cycle, the shifting cultivation cycle, was reducing gradually. Somewhere in 1980s, when the jhum cycle was on an average 15 to 18 years, slowly it has started coming down. The reason had been the more pressure on the forest areas, ever increasing the population, and also we wanted to look into the livelihood security program for the forest dependent communities. So these two factors are the main factors which forced department to have a thought for moving a big project, because in externally aided project, normally the size of projects are quite big and the coverage is also big. So we thought by having one externally aided project, we can handle all areas of the Nagaland in a very, very suitable manner.
Thank you for the insight, sir. Can you share a little bit about the challenges you have faced while implementing the project on ground and how you went about addressing those?
For any project to launch, it is required that we must have a good communication network with the people. Here in Nagaland, as you are well aware, that Article 371A has vested land and resources with the people. Thereby, the forest, approximately 96% of the forest areas, they are in hand of people and the community. And these are the areas which are our target area. So biggest challenge at the very beginning was to reach out to the people and tell them about the objective of the project. Many a times there had been doubts, because sometimes we had been given to understand that people had been interacting with many agencies, but very few had later on got converted into the reality. So there had been initial suspicion whether these people will come back or not. Then second thing was that in many villages we have found there had been some different groups who had different idea or who had different take on any project. So to make these diverse group to sit on one table and come to a conclusion, agree to what we are going to do, that was the biggest challenge. To begin this project, we always needed to have prior informed consent of the village. In prior informed consent, we go to a village, we explain our objectives, We explain our methodologies and then we seek their cooperation, and then there is a written document. So, no doubt, the first step was the most difficult.
Now you have shared about the objectives and the challenges that you have faced. Overcoming all those, how has the project impacted the lives of the rural community? And also, can you kindly share how the project has uplifted the masses, especially the self-help groups?
This project is designed to cover 185 villages. These 185 villages are to be covered in 4 batches. Now the first 3 batches, most of the works have been done. In the 4th batch of the villages, we have started the work. And now in each village, we had planned for 3 number of self-help groups. You will be happy to note that all these self-help groups, the members are only females. The inherent objective of this project was also the women empowerment. So in 185 villages, we have reached to 144 villages. In these 144 villages, there are 429 number of self-help groups which are working. To each self-help group, we have given a corpus money, the revolving fund to them, and then through micro lending within them, their group to the members, they had been generating revenue. They have created many vocations at the ground level. I'm happy to let you know that our self-help groups, they are taking up piggery, poultry, handicrafts, weaving, pickle making, soap making, soft toys. Some places, the products, they have been channelized, they have been aggregated so that they can find a common place to sell it. It is difficult for individual self-help group to reach to the market. Like in the case of Vokha, there is a brand which is known as Freshly Vokha. Through this project, we have created an outlet where all these self-help group members, they are showcasing their project and people are encouraged to go and buy it. So this kind of emphasis where women are taking up these activities on their own is rather making the whole effort for the conservation strong, because now they devote their labor, they devote their spare time for the activities which bring the economic returns.
Coming to the conservation and impact on environment, can you kindly share how the implementation of the project has increased the forest coverage across the state and how it has rejuvenated the Jhum areas?
See, in this project, we have a target of 185 villages with a total area to be covered is 79,000 hectares. Now, there are 5 different models of the forestry interventions. Of course, like you can say Jhum agro-forestry model, Jhum fallow forestry model, Jhum forestry to conversion, then extension of protected areas, all those things. So, in these 5 different models, the maximum area which is given is the area where people have already taken initiative for the conservation, protection and expansion of the conserved area. Out of 79,000 hectares, 50,000 hectares are meant for that. Nagaland is pioneer as far as the community reserves are concerned. So we just wanted to incentivize these initiatives of the people. Now I'm happy to let you know that out of 79,000 hectares, 40,000 hectares have already been treated under this project. 2 million person days employment has been created at the village level. Approximately 85 lakh saplings have been planted in different models in those 40,000 hectares of this land. You'll be happy to note that in this project, we have taken a decision that there will not be any purchase of saplings from outside. The saplings are grown locally and only the village people are engaged for the development of the nurseries. It is quite heartening that so far approximately 100 number of different local species have been taken up for the plantation. Now there is a report that the loss of topsoil because of the excessive rain, it has reduced. Many places where the wildlife have not been spotted earlier, they are being seen. Moreover, the interest the people are showing towards the conservation, that is the most important, I think, the outcome of this project. When people themselves are coming forward, advising us, ki ito hobo pare. Inka korle ito hobo. Ito gach na lagabi, ito gach lagabi. So now this is a participatory management. It is, bottom up approach. It is not that anything which is forced to the people from the top. The Joint Forest Management Committee in each village, they take the decision that what will be the entry point activity. Under entry point activity, anything is done subject to availability of fund, which people want, which community want. So it is their decision. So there is a kind of empowerment. I believe, whatever has been done for the forestry conservation, what will be the most significant outcome of this project is that people feel that they are the part of the governance. That is the most important.
You have rightly mentioned about engagement of the villagers. Sir, can you highlight a little bit more on the involvement of the local communities in the project in particular and conservation in general? And how knowledgeable are our village community now regarding conservation?
When our people go to the village, the first thing is that they interact with the villages in presence of village council members. They narrate what are the objectives. The village elders, they huddle together, they discuss, then they come up. Joint Forest Management Committee is constituted in the same village. Thereafter, SSGs are picked up. The Joint Forest Management Committee, you can make out from this fact that as far as the funds are concerned, the funds are not entirely managed by the department. The Joint Forest Management Committee is co-signatory in all the transactions. That means each and every penny which is spent in the field, in the village, it has consent of the Joint Forest Management. Now, coming to this thing, awareness and knowledge is concerned. See, we are also conscious of that there is a need for the capacity building. So, accordingly, large number of capacity building programs have been done. It is being done at the village level. It is being done at the range level. It is being done at the district level. And also, we are making Joint Forest Management Committee members to move from one district to other to see how best or how good the other Joint Forest Management Committees are doing. It is a case of, kind of a learning exercise. Like there are some Joint Forest Management Committees who, despite their best, have not been able to achieve the desired result. Whereas there are some Joint Forest Management Committee members who have been able to do much more than what has been expected. So we are trying to crisscross. Those who have not been able to do good must visit the area. So, and to supplement all these things, this project has, developed 10 number of different manuals starting from how to run the Joint Forest Management Committee, the entry point activity manuals, the SSG manuals, nursery manuals, capacity building manuals, all those things. Our field officers, they interact with them in their local dialect. So that impact is, good. So I believe that, all those Joint Forest Management Committee members who had been working with us in this project, they are quite thorough with this thing. They are so much competent and capable. They themselves propose, sir, ito area, ito wala model kulle bhala se. So it is coming from the people only. And accordingly, we facilitate.
The efforts of the departments are, in fact, they are being recognized, especially recently in the national level, as it has been awarded the SKOCH Award 2024. With regard to this award, who or what aspects of the project would you attribute this achievement?
This award to NFMP, what has been given is known as the SKOCH Award. A SKOCH Award has been instituted by Association of Inclusive India. They have the members of the CEOs of the different institutions. And this SKOCH Award is primarily meant into the economics, infrastructure, the natural resource management area. This is not a government award. This is an initiative of the people, an initiative of independent CEOs. And this whole process of nomination and all those things started 6 months back. There had been different rounds of evaluation, online presentation, physical interaction, the inputs from the field and all those things. And only thereafter, once the institution of SKOCH, they are satisfied, they get in touch. And this year we have been given this SKOCH Award. This is precisely for the forest conservation and the livelihood generation. And of course, this is an acknowledgement of people's participation in the government projects. The biggest strength of any project in Nagaland is the People's Connect. It is a tribute or acknowledgement to the people who are associated with this project. And definitely, I feel happy that organizations are now taking note of the serious effort done by our people, our staff who had been working tirelessly for the last 7-8 years. So it's quite motivating.
And finally, what will be the impact of this recognition on the project in terms of visibility and future opportunities?
In natural resource management, I am told we are the only one who have been given award, one of the few from the Northeast. So the news travels. Of course, like in this project, the working system in this project, the GIS lab of this project, the People's Connect in this project, they are quite unparalleled in the country. Many states, they had been sending their delegations to visit Nagaland, see how NFMP is doing. But anyway, such kind of awards, they add icing to the cake.
Thank you so much, sir, today. As we have seen, the department is doing a wonderful job, and especially with the NFMP project. And we wish you all the best. We congratulate you for the well-deserved SKOCH Award that you have been honored with. And we hope for more laurels in the future as well.
Thank you, Mary, for your kind words. Through this channel, I would like to convey my sincere thanks, and I want to compliment all the stakeholders in the state who have been involved with this project since very beginning. And I request that with sheer hard work, we will earn much better recognition and the name in time to come. Thank you.